Hey guys, this is Ina from Cedar Soul. I'm going to show you how to make raw vegan raspberry cheesecake. This is a wonderful cake for any gathering, any party. You can enjoy it with your friends, with your family, and it's made out of healthy ingredients, not like any regular milk-based cheesecake. I'm sure you're going to love it. Alright, so to start with the cheesecake, we will start preparing the crust. For the crust, we need about a cup of raw walnuts. We'll put them in a blender. And just to start preparing, we will pulse them a little bit, a few times to break them down in smaller pieces. Just pulse a few times in your food processor. That's good. We don't want to break them into two small pieces, otherwise they're going to be like a walnut butter. Then we're going to add a few dates, about a cup of dates. You want to have nice soft medjool dates. If your dates are not soft enough, you can always put them in a bowl and use a little bit of hot water to soften them up. So I'm going to peel about a cup of medjool dates. And dates are good. This is a natural sugar substitute. You can have them with no guilt. It's the best sweetener in the world. If you are really craving some sweets or you want to stay away from sugars, this is the best snack. So I always have dates in my pantry if I crave some chocolate or something sweet, or just to get my energy going throughout the day. So now we will add the 1 cup of dates into the bowl. I also like to add a little bit of cinnamon, just a pinch to give it a little bit more spice, really good for the digestive system. I also use about 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of desiccated coconut flakes and a pinch of salt, just to bring the flavors out. All right, now we're gonna pulse it all together one more time. And we want to make it a nice thick mass. So just to see if your dough is good, you can take out a small piece and see if it's sticking together. That's good enough, so now we can press it in our cake pan. And for that, you want to have your removable cake tray. And using your hands, just put it in the cake form. And just press it down a little bit. You can use a spoon at this point, or you can use your fingertips, whatever works best. I like to work with my fingertips just to feel how even it's pressed down. And you don't need to refrigerate it, you don't need to bake it, it's absolutely raw. And the good benefits of eating raw plant-based foods is because they're full of energy. So for example, untoasted walnuts also will give you energy and very beneficial for your entire system. So this looks like that. And now we'll come back to making our filling. To make the filling, we will use cashew nuts. So you want to have raw, untoasted cashews, and you want to soak them for about 4 to 6 hours. What I do if I know I'm going to make my cake next day, I soak them the night before in the room temperature water and just leave them on a table. If you are pressed for time, a little trick for you is to use hot water, almost boiling water, and pour over the cashews, and it will soften them in about 20 minutes. Of course, this loses its digestive properties and its nutrition values once you pour hot water, but if you're pressed for time, it's still better than having your regular cheesecake. So I soak those nuts overnight, and what it does, it softens the nuts, it's easier for digestion, and it releases all the good nutrients and enzymes. So we'll put them in a Vitamix, about 2 cups of soaked raw cashews. And for that, I'm also gonna add 1 can of coconut cream, and the cream was cooled overnight, so you want only the thick part, so it will make a nice texture for the cheesecake. Only the thick, heavy part of a coconut cream. So refrigerate the can overnight. You can keep the liquid for smoothies later on, but use the thick one part here. I will add about 1/4 cup of maple syrup or agave nectar, any sweetener of your choice. I think the maple and agave works the best. We will add about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now we need to have lemon juice. I use about 2 medium-sized lemons. And we'll just squeeze them out. And we also need to add about 1.5 cup to 3/4 cup of liquefied coconut oil. So if your coconut oil is solid, you want to heat up a pan of water, just put your jar in there or another smaller jar and liquefy, just having it in the heat. That's about it. Now we will blend. So in the case where it's not blended enough, you can add a little bit of water just to make sure that it processes it. So you see, this blender works magic. Now we have a nice creamy consistency, and that's what we're gonna use as a base for our cheesecake. But I'm gonna make it more fun and interesting because you will use raspberries to make it more colorful. So what I'm gonna do first, I will pour about a half of the cashew cream into our cake form. Just about like that. And you want to spread it out nice and evenly. Sometimes just shaking the cake form will work. And I like to make it a surprise cake. So when you cut it, you'll find there's more raspberries inside. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna throw in a few raspberries in there, right in the center. You can just break them apart. So this way you also will pack your cake with all the fresh, raw fruits that are extremely healthy and good for your health. All right, and then to make it more colorful, we will use half of the remaining raspberries. I'll add it to the cream, so it'll make a nice pink color. And I'll just leave a few more for decorations on the top. All right, and we continue blending. Now we have this nice pink second layer of our cashew cream, which goes right on top. Look how beautiful it is. And now just to make this cake more exciting, we're gonna use a chocolate layer on top. So we will use about 1/4 cup of cacao powder or chocolate powder. I like to use the cacao powder. The difference between cacao and cocoa powder, that cacao powder is less processed, and it's the way the cocoa beans are roasted are under low temperature. This way when you use cacao powder versus cocoa powder, it has way more nutrients. It's a little bit bitter than regular cocoa powder that sold for baking section stores, but this has way more nutritional value. So about 1/4 to 1.5 cup of cacao powder, and also use any sweetener you like, either maple syrup or agave nectar. So we'll combine this together. And also we will add 1.5 cup of liquefied coconut oil. And let's whisk it all together. Okay, so we'll just pour it on top. And now for the cake to set, you want to put it in the freezer for about 2 hours. You want to cover it with a plastic wrap or a beeswax wrap, and it's going to be about 2 hours for it to solidify. So once your cake is ready, you want to open up your cake form, and just so it separates easily, I like to use the knife and just go around the sides. Then it will be easier for you to cut the cake. Okay, it should look good. Now we're ready to open. And slowly remove the form, and here we go. Looks nice and pretty. You have 2 colors and raspberries inside and raspberries on top. I'm sure it's going to be very delicious. Let's dive in. Now look at this beautiful cheesecake. There's a white layer at the bottom, there's a layer of raspberries, and there's another layer of cashew cream mixed with raspberries. This looks so delicious. And it's so beautiful. All right, let's try it. Look how pretty it is. Oh my God, it's so good. It just literally melts in your mouth. And the chocolate layer on top with raspberries and delicious walnut crust. This is so good, really amazing. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. It will mean a lot to us if you like our video, and check out our website sida1.com for a lot of healthy, delicious vegan recipes, yoga and fitness. Some tough skin lemons.